listeners to Cosmic Confluence, the podcast where science, strategy, and spirituality converge to unlock success and transformation. I'm your host, Sana, and today we are diving into something very unique in the field of business: quantum success hacks, backed principles that can supercharge your business. And to help me with this conversation, we have an incredible guest joining us, Sue Batts, a passionate entrepreneur and business mentor who has helped solopreneurs turn their business dreams into reality. From struggling with no sales to achieving daily revenue, Sue has cracked the code to consistent success. And she's also the creator of Launch Your Digital Dream in a Day, Monetize Your Digitals, and the New Beginning Success Collaboration, all of them designed to help entrepreneurs build sustainable, thriving businesses. And in this episode of Cosmic Confluence, we'll uncover the hidden forces behind business success, explore quantum inspired strategies, which I'm very sure must be very unique for all of you, and even challenge some mainstream beliefs for us. So let's get quickly started. So welcome to the show, and as always, it is an honor having you.
Thank you. Thanks. Actually, it's my pleasure to be here.
That's really great. So, starting with, of course, the most important, crucial question, quantum mechanics. When we talk about quantum success, so let's try to talk about quantum mechanics. It teaches us that observation affects reality. So, how can solopreneurs use this principle to shape their business outcomes?
So, you are saying what observation affects reality?
Yeah. How this can be used in the business scenario.
So, observation actually it can be used observation by various ways. Okay. So, let me just talk mainly about the two observations. One is what you are observing in your inner mind, yourself. And second observation, you can just say what about you are surrounded with. So, first of all, when I'm talking about observation, which is your inner mind, your success or any kind of rewards are totally directly related to your self image. If you are not feeling yourself worthy to achieve any particular great reward, you are not going to achieve them. So, it is so important first to have really great self image once you know that you are adding amazing value. You will really achieve the returns, because what happens as a solopreneur, we are the most critical of ourselves because we wear many hats, and of course we are not perfect at everything. They lack, actually they are looking for perfection, but it is perfection is not possible. And you are wearing so many hats and you won't be good at everything, but still you want to be the best at everything, and every mistake you do, so you are beating yourself a lot. And so once you understand that you are not going to be perfect, the moment you become perfect, God will call you. So no, don't remember that as far as you are better today than yesterday. Yeah, make it sure. So create positive vibes in yourself, have a grateful nature. Once you start observing inside, which is really what kind of results you are looking for, you will manifest them. Once you manifest in your mind, you will manifest in reality. And second observation, people, anything around you. For example, if you want to become a bank robber, you should associate with bank robbers. Even though you are not a bank robber, eventually you will become a bank robber. That is the thing. So means basically, if you want to catch a cold, just go with people who already have cold and you will catch a cold. So that's why the observation around you, that is also very important. And as a solopreneur, I would say that you surround yourself with like-minded people who are moving on, going to the big places. Because as a solopreneur, nobody understands solopreneur, neither their friends nor family. If they are not solopreneur, they are not at all understood. So that's why I would say that surround yourself with people who had similar challenges like you, and see how they overcame, so that you will get inspiration and you will get ideas. Also have a mentor who can guide you, because who can see the blind spots, because there are so many flaws you have, and your mentor can see the flaws but you won't. And another thing, it's always good to learn from mistakes, but better to learn from somebody else's mistakes, because then you are actually having a really shortcut to the success. Of course, you make your mistakes, but you don't do the same mistakes what your mentor did. So observe means observation, inner observation, and also outer observation. Just make sure you are observing and have a positive mindset, because if there is a whiteboard, and on that whiteboard if there is one black dot, most people gravitate towards that black dot. But why do you ignore that's the huge board that is white? Why are you focusing on black dot? And that is what is happening in people's life. If something didn't go like they wanted in their that particular day, they will just keep on thinking about the thing which didn't go the way they wanted. But what about all other things which are happening the way you wanted? And on autopilot, means nature is helping you, and everything means universe is for you. So why not? So just have a positive mindset, and then you will observe and you will make the reality. You find the things more grateful for, and you will have more situations and things to be grateful for.
You absolutely explained it very well, Sue. And I think the metaphors you use, of course, quantum itself is a kind of how we talked about the two sides of observation. It's itself is a huge metaphor. And I think both the kinds of observations, they complement each other. And moreover, the most important point which you mentioned is it's better to learn from others' mistakes rather than from your own mistakes, because we may have the time to learn from them, but we may not have the time to rectify our own mistakes. It can be too
Yeah.
very, very practical.
And yeah, you save time, right? Because you can create more money, but you cannot create more time.
True. That's true. That's true. And also, many successful entrepreneurs, they talk about flow state. So how does quantum flow impact productivity and decision making? Are there any habits or rituals that help achieve this continuous flow?
The flow actually starts from the time you start your day. Just the simple techniques people can start doing. You just before getting out of your bed, just think of the 5 things you are grateful for. So you are starting your day based on really positive vibes, and you might be looking just for 5 things, but then once you start thinking your things you are grateful for, the list will never end. Then you will be even grateful that even you woke up that day, because there were so many people they slept and they didn't wake up. So you will be grateful for even your bed, that you had a comforter, that you could means basically sleep, and you were not having hypothermia. So that's the simple thing. You start your day that way. And second, really tweak I can tell you that your that day's calendar, right? That day what appointments you are going to have. So every calendar you walk through, every appointment you walk through in your mind already, that okay, you are going to have, say for example, one appointment with Rima today. So 12 o'clock appointment with Rima. You walk through that appointment mentally and just see the outcome, the result which you want to achieve from that particular appointment. So you are giving signal to universe that okay, this is the outcome I want. And most of the times that will happen, because in many times the returns which are happening is the quantum physics work like that we give the signal, we give the guidance, and then your universe thinks this is what you want. Because see, many times what happen, people are just actually projecting what wrong can happen in that appointment. And lo and behold, it happens because they already created that in their mind, and they gave signal to universe, and the quantum physics work like that, and that happens into their life. So these are the just a simple thing. If you just start implementing those small things, simple things, your calendar will you will be actually in charge of your own life. You will be captain of your own ship, and then things will happen. And weed is automatic, so negative is automatic. But to create something really something powerful, something useful, you have to put resources, you have to put time, money, focus, energy, everything to create something constructive to happen. And that's the same, for same for your backyard, but that's the same for your life, that's the same for your mind, because everything is a fertile ground. It depends what kind of seeds you are putting into that ground, you are going to get the results. And that is how the quantum physics work. That is, so you create the flow in your life, you create the flow in your day, and your day will go that way.
Yeah, yeah. I completely agree with it. Also, so when let's assume we have our entire day planned out, we have our action items in place, we have all the priorities sorted out. However, it may happen that a sudden priority has emerged and it completely pushes the other action items maybe to later half of the day or maybe some day or the other. And in that entire process, we somehow, I'm talking about a solopreneur who has everything under, their control. It kind of creates that anxiety that, I have so many action items pending work to do, and it's affecting my business, it's affecting my response or my conversations with my potential clients. So, how do you suggest, how do you advise solopreneurs, especially, to manage these kind of situations?
One thing what helps for me, that everything that comes to me, I look it as a blessing. And the situation may not change, the situation will be still, it is really, you can say, rotten, but your attitude towards the situation changes and you save yourself. Now I'll just give you yesterday's example. Yesterday I had to talk at a summit, and the summit lady told me, why don't you record a video and send that video to us, and we will put it in the summit, because actually our timings were not matching. I couldn't go live on that summit. So yesterday I did the full presentation, like a 1 hour presentation, and I recorded the video. And when I was replaying that recording, I realized that all the my slides were recorded, but my voice was not there.
Oh
My audio was not working at all. And yesterday I had really full schedule. I had absolutely no time to re-record. But still, since that was a priority, I created time. And I just looked at that was as my practice session. And then I could actually eliminate the things which I thought were redundant and which were not applicable for the summit. And my second presentation was, I got audio, and it was way better than the first one. And now I will be repurposing this presentation even at my other places. So just look at it as a blessing. And third thing which really helps me, that what how to stop, how not to create anxiety in any situation. So this is my mom's technique. She said, any situation you look at, you be prepared for the worst can happen. Now, for example, you take any situation, there is always the worst can happen in that situation. Okay. And then think of what is the best can happen. Okay. And so be prepared for the worst. Really, okay. In this situation, this is the worst is going to happen. Hope for the best. Okay, this is the one which I'm hoping the outcome. And most of the time, actually, even if the best may not happen, but the worst never happens, because in every situation I was prepared for the worst. The worst never happened. Many times the best happened, but most of the time something in between happened. And when you were prepared for the worst, there is no way anxiety can touch you, because you are prepared for the worst. Okay, this is the worst, and I'm getting actually somewhere in between. So still, I'm okay. So these few techniques, if you apply, there is no way means basically you will fail. Means of course means basically there you will do some mistakes, and you might have some setbacks, but still you will be succeeding, because even in the setbacks you are going to learn something, and then you are going to apply that, and your next day, next presentation will be better than the previous one.
Wow, that's such a positive takeaway, Sue. Thanks for sharing, that example. And I think it's a very, very pragmatic, practical approach of looking at any opportunity or any adversity as well. I completely believe in this because when you are proactively prepared for the worst and the best at the same time, I think it definitely reduces that anxiety. It definitely.
Yeah, and as far as you're living your life, there are going to be curves. It's never going to be a straight line. If you go to hospital and if your heart line is a straight line, your doctor will declare you are dead. So your life also goes ups and downs are always there. So you cannot prevent. Means it's not like that. Okay, things are going to go exactly my way. I'm not going to get any challenges. No, that is guaranteed. You are going to get challenges, and once you overcome one challenge, I guarantee you one thing: your next challenge will be even bigger than the previous challenge, because no, you can handle challenges, so you will get even bigger challenges. So that's going to be guaranteed as far as you are living life. Yeah, and so that is what actually I think Norman Vincent Peale in his book he wrote that only people in cemetery they don't have challenges. So as far as you are living, you will have challenges, but only thing, are you equipped to handle those challenges?
And you very well explained the concept of linearity because, in science and time travel, we talk about that time is non-linear. We often try to think about time, about that concept of time being non-linear. There can be multiple timelines as well. And I think same thing, life cannot be non-linear. It can be non-linear, so there can be ups and downs. So that's once again a golden nugget. So also, uh, we talked about manifestation, and there is something called as visualization, and it is often linked to quantum success. What's the science behind it, Sue, and how can entrepreneurs use it effectively?
See, anything when you want to give signal to universe that okay, this is what I enjoy, this is what I'm doing it. So use every possible sense to create that experience. Every possible sense. Now, for example, when you are thinking, you are using one sense. When you are visualizing, you are using other sense. So we have actually total of 5 sense. So if you try to use all the senses in your manifestation process, you will experience that, and you will give better signals to universe, because universe is your genie. Your universe creates reality because whatever signals you are sending to them. See, for example, if you are crying and if you are playing victim mentality, what signal universe gets that, oh, you are enjoying this, that's why you are um, doing this again and again. Okay, then I will create more situations so that you will feel more victim and you will cry more. So universe basically reacts just based on the whatever signals you are sending them. So visualization is one of the senses which means basically you can utilize that to give the powerful signal. So as far as possible, if you are using every sense um, for to create your future reality, you should use it. So when you start creating in mind, you are visualizing, so you are creating, you are using one more sense, so you are creating a crispy, clear experience. And when you have actually really crispy, clear goal and experience, your signal to universe are also not vague. They will be totally means basically targeted, and your returns also will be exactly targeted. So means you are you are creating your future based on that. So everything is going on in your way, and you should utilize it. And that's I was talking about senses, but then there is also uh, another theory you can use, that of centers. And there are four spiritual main centers. There are many centers, but I'll talk about the four spiritual main centers, that is logical, emotional, intellect, and moving center. So logical center is the brain, the emotional center is the heart, and the instinctive center means basically, you have conscious and instinct and all, and the moving center is the action center. So all the decisions are taken mainly from your heart center. And when you visualize your heart center is touched, your emotions are created. And then logical center basically just defines, means basically justifies why you took that action. First of all, your instinctive center tells you, okay, this is the right thing to do, and then you proceed. Then your heart center actually gives the stamp of approval. Yeah, this is perfectly, this is what I want. Then logical center justifies, yes, this is what I want. And then the moving center, that is the action center, takes action of it. So when you involve all these centers in your process of creation, or your creation of success, your future, they will work for you.
Ah. So the alignment of all these four centers, they will help in the success business.
Absolutely. These four centers, yeah, basically they should be balanced, because uh, current reality is like that. There is more focus on the logical center, means mainly brain and all. But if you need to have all these four centers in balance to create really fulfilling life, satisfying life.
Mm. Wow, wow. That's a new thing actually I learned today, and I think our listeners will definitely take this away as well. So before we wrap up, Sue, this still a conversation. Um, have you personally experienced a seemingly instant business connection that led to unexpected success for you? It's a personal question, but I would love to know. I think our listeners would love to know.
Means basically, as a solopreneur, I know you want to learn a lot, and there are lots of offers outside, and there are lots of shiny object syndromes and all.
Mm.
Yeah, but uh, there are some offers when you come across, you really know, they are going to be useful to you and your community. Now, for example, I have right now offers, like three kinds of offers. If someone wants to make money within 7 days, I can help them make money within 7 days. If someone has subscriber list but they want to brand their products, then they can make money within 30 days. And if someone doesn't have anything, they're starting from scratch, means I have planned, they can make money within 90 days. And when I created the plan, first of all, I asked myself, if when I was starting a business, if someone had come with this offer, whether I would buy these offers. And if that answer is yes, then sure, I bring those offers actually into existence. And those offers really, really convert very well. Because if I can sell myself on those offers, I can sell other people. So, whatever actually, I have many, many mentors in my life, and I remember actually there are some webinars, for example, I joined, and during the webinar, the signal was so clear that, okay, I want to work with this person. And without any hesitation, I joined that program, and I never regretted. I never regretted, because many times actually people procrastinate. But there are so many times actually people, they take fast decision and they make it right. And so I have, and I can just tell you, some of the offers means just within halfway of the webinar, I said, please stop it. I just want to continue. I want to join you. And it happens, and it happened to them because of me. And it happens with me also. When I present, sometimes people say, so please stop it. I just want to be part of your community. So
Yeah.
it goes both ways. And it at that time, your instinctive nature tells you whether it is for you or not for you. So you use your instinctive center. And of course, then I tell you, means basically, when you have your stories attached into your presentation, then your heart center, emotional center also works. And then, of course, logical center justifies, and then moving center takes action. So let all these centers work for you. It worked for me, and it is working for my presentations. And I'm pretty sure when you design your presentations based on all these four centers properly, it will work for you. And yeah, means I have mentors in my life, and means so I never regretted joining their program, because my instinctive nature told me that they are offering whatever they are offering, it is really good. And your conscious will tell you, and no AI is so prominent, but you can still, you have that sense to find out whether this content is created from heart or it is created mechanically by AI. And I'm not against AI, but AI is a tool. AI cannot replace you. You have to pour your strategy, your heart in the content, and you can use AI just to make it better, or just initially to give you guideline. But it is ultimately you, your heart, your strategy that works for you.
Totally, totally. And I think all these four components, the four centers, and this entire concept of intuition, conscience, they all somehow indirectly or directly tie up to observations from others as well. In the observations you have from others' journeys, or the observations within you, they somehow build that experience, and based on that experience, I think all these four centers, they work in complete alignment.
You're absolutely right. Yes.
Circle. Yeah, that's great. That's really great. So I think this was such an insightful conversation, and such a beautiful marriage of cosmic concepts and business success. So I'm very, very sure that our listeners would love to connect with you, Sue, and know more, explore more about your programs, about your business, about New Beginning. So if you could just help listeners with how they can connect with you.
Yeah, and I want to tell you, keep up the great work, because you are really focusing on the ignored part, but it is the most important part, because you just cannot manifest just by strategically just working and without taking the help of all this quantum physics, because it is not possible. And you guys are focusing on a really great important point, and I really appreciate. I personally believe in the holistic approach. That's why I have even meditations and affirmations and all everything into my community. You can get access even to all those things for free. And but I really want to applaud you, because healthy mind, healthy life, healthy community.
Yeah.
And majority of the problems in the world will be solved because of the healthy mind. And you guys are doing the great work. I really applaud you. Keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words. So, and of course, if you can share the links or websites, anything, so that we can help our listeners to connect with you.
Yeah, means my website is the same as New Beginning, but new is spelled newbeginning.com. And I help people launch, scale, and sell their products globally. So if someone wants to launch and start making money immediately, because that is the main thing. I want solopreneurs to be prosperous as early as possible, because most solopreneurs don't see second year in their business. Many of them who see second year, don't see fifth year. I want to reverse that trend. Many solopreneurs even quit their business before launching their first product. I want to reverse that trend. So I have a quick launch method. Then when they want to scale, they join my membership. I have free community where all the resources are there, and paid community where I can come and help you creating your resources. And if you want to sell your digital products globally, we have a army of affiliates who are willing to sell your products globally over 200 countries with a small commission, so that you can focus on the things which you enjoy doing the most, and someone else is doing all the heavy lifting of sales and marketing for you. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely. That's really, really such a noble and great work, Sue, and we'll definitely mention the details in the show notes. And I think my message to all the listeners would be that success isn't just about working harder, it's about working in alignment with the right energy, focus, and strategy. So, listeners, keep exploring, keep growing, and we will see you next time on Cosmic Conference. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this conversation with your fellow entrepreneurs. See you in the next episode.